Hello, and welcome back to L0rd B00my's reviews. Today, I've got First and Last Place by STG Kash. This is a album that I did a while back, and this one came out like right after the Chris Hardy review came out. We got February 9th for that one, and then this one was about... Oh, no, it was literally a day later. I was thinking it was like a week later. But no, this one was posted almost consecutively after the Chris Hardy World review was. And I like Kash's music a lot. There is the one feature on 771A, Is It Real? He did super fucking well on that. I love that song so much. Super catchy shit. Yes, so this one was released back in January 1st of 2021, right around when I started doing my reviews. And I think this is about, I want to say this is his debut album too. I feel like this is when he first started making music. He might have done like one or two like singles or something like that before this, but I mean, I can check. Okay, yes, I was wrong. I was incorrect. There were a couple other projects before this one. Well, maybe just the one. Yes, it looks like there was a project before this, although it's not listed underneath his album, so I just didn't see it. Oh, and then there's the Razor single too. I do remember that coming out. But no, this is from his earlier... not earlier days, because he's only been at it for a couple of years, but this is before he like really fell into the STG name. I've noticed here recently it seems like he's gotten some other buddies that are rapping alongside him, maybe like producing or doing album covers for him. It seems like he's kind of gotten in cahoots with a couple other people, and they've formed a music group, I believe, called STG. I don't really know what that stands for, but I mean, I'm sure if you sat here long enough and tried to figure it out, you could. And if you're unfamiliar with Kash, you might be familiar with his latest project, Addict. This is the one that's come out most recently, and I did do a review on this, and we will probably do a video on it at some point, but that is way far down the line. The way I've got my video scheduled and everything is you guys probably won't see a video review for this for at least another year or so. This album is only available on SoundCloud too. This is not a streaming service upload or anything like that. I was only able to find this on SoundCloud. I think when I did the initial review back in the day, that was I listened to it off SoundCloud then. I don't think this thing has ever left SoundCloud. But there's Waiting, and then Schizophrenia is down here. So the second and the seventh tracks were like my favorite. I did not enjoy the interlude, Toxic, or Alone in My Thoughts. And there's only 9 tracks on this thing. It's not a super long album by any means. I don't see... Where does it say that? It doesn't say the duration anywhere. But, I mean, I don't imagine it'd be incredibly long. It's only 9 tracks. I looked at the interlude a second ago. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's only like 53 seconds. So it's like... I don't know, this probably isn't going to be a super long listen. But anyways, I'll go ahead and read you the past review that I did for it. This album seems kind of centered around some sort of breakup. Most of the tracks are sad and bitter in tone, and half the vocals in it are drowned out by bass. There's no real sense of progression here either. This feels more like a compilation than it does an album/EP. There's also the 4-minute and 45-second long track titled Interlude, which is way too long, even if the joke is that it's a long interlude. Now, I get that the words are probably really meaningful to Kash, but there's not a lot here I can relate to, and the lyrics have decent wordplay at the best. Damn. Waiting and Schizophrenia, if they're not drowned out by bass. Certainly, artists like Suicide Boys and Ghostman have this lyric plus bass combo, but they usually have lyrics listed at least. The vocals are amateur and are okay for a debut album, but they could probably use some better effects. Or perhaps turn the volume up a bit. some of the best talent in this album comes from the producers. This was a really good pick of beats slash instrumentals, even if some of them have really high bass. In summary, this is a very somber album that you'd probably throw on your 12s in the trunk of your car when you want to forget about her. Rating 5 out of 10. Now, I can already see a couple problems with my review, but before we get into that, let's go down here and see what Kash responded back to me with. Because I posted these on Facebook, some of these posts do have replies where the artist has come back and kind of told me where I was wrong, or sometimes they'll thank me because, you know, sometimes I give a good review. Sometimes I'm not on my fucking bullshit like this. So anyways, Kash said, no breakup, but just being toyed with at the time. And you and many people have described me as generally dark and somber person. I've kind of adopted the bass plus lyric style as I like it, and it happens just naturally. So I've been posting my lyrics in the description as of late. I plan on investing some more money into different and better effects for my voice this year. And yes, for months now, I've been working on the volume issue with my voice to beat ratio, and I can't seem to figure it out because through my headphones, my voice is really loud. Very amateur production indeed, but I plan to clean things up with future releases. For a debut album, I'll take it. For me, important part is if I like it, just put it out there. In the case someone else might, but I still want to clean up the quality. And I said, L0rd, you definitely sound like you have a lot of potential. You just need to do a little growing. Glad you took the review well too, bro. I'm sure not everyone will, because I plan on making these as close to the truth as possible. And yeah, he doesn't really give any more details about the album itself, but it seems, it's funny because as I was reading it, I thought I was just fucking bitching or something like that, being a pain in the ass to someone who's trying hard to make music. But regardless, though, it seems like Kash was in agreement with me, where he thought it was a little amateurish as well, and he knew there was room to grow. For all I know, We'll see. We'll see how this album goes. It sounds like I was not super impressed with it to begin with. I mean, it got a 5. I mean, there are way worse scores than that. But this is more on par with a mixtape than it is a album, in my opinion. It doesn't seem like Kash produced any of these beats or had much say in the instrumentals. So it really just, to me, it comes off as a mixtape. We do have quite a few producers, so if he did do the YouTube thing, at least it seems like Kash is curating some producers under his belt. But anyways, again, I'm done stalling. Into the album. First one, intro.
Hey, 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 I would never stop. What? Look at what you started. Bitch, I got the flows inside my brain, I go retarded. I record, hit, click, you know that I want clip. Boy, you better not slip when I'm walking in this bitch. I record, hit, click, you know that I want clip. Boy, you better not slip when I'm walking in this bitch.
That wasn't bad. I mean, that was actually a pretty decent little intro. I am going to be pausing the song whenever I have something to say too, because I noticed last video when I was editing, it was really fucking weird to have to like turn the volumes down and chop stuff up just for that. So just to make things simpler on myself, I'm going to pause anytime I have to say something. So yeah, no, intro was not too bad. It's not nearly as cringy or bad as I remember, at least. Oop, wrong tab. Yeah, I put... Oh, wait, no, that's interlude. Okay, I see. I thought... Huh. Did he take interlude off of this? Because I don't see interlude anymore. Question mark. I don't have the original track list or anything, so I couldn't really tell you, but... is there a 4-minute track somewhere? Okay, yeah, I can't tell the durations of these tracks, but he might have removed Interlude from the track listing, which is interesting. That will definitely sway my opinion this time around. I'll tell you what. Anyways, next song, Waiting.
I've been waiting, 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 waiting for you. I've been waiting, 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 waiting for you. I've been waiting at the bus stop, trying to make the time stop. Covered up in raindrops, couldn't make the rain stop. I've been waiting, 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 waiting for you. I've been waiting, 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 waiting for you.
That wasn't too bad either. Really fucking quiet though. I could barely hear the vocals, and the beat was nice and soft, and it was kind of like a vibe on its own. But I don't know. I think the mix on that one ultimately is damning it. It's actually a pretty decent song, and like the lyricism is actually really nice and soft and fits the beat as well. It's just really quiet. Like you have to like really try to hear what you're hearing in that track. So I think I'll probably give that one about a 5. Listening to it again, I think Waiting has a lot of potential, and it could be a really nice song, a nice somber song that from that attitude Kash used to capitalize on. But yeah, no, I was genuinely surprised by that one. So next one, Stay Away, produced by Deuce Did It.
Stay away, I don't even wanna see your face. Just stay away, take me to another place. If I show you how to stay away, would you do it? Cause I could walk away for some days just to prove it. Got no fucking blueprints, everything I do is new as shit. I'm permanently bitter, so you can't even fuck with this. Stay away, I'm just trying to stay away. I don't wanna be awake.
Definitely an interesting selection of beats so far. I mean, it's been at least like a year or so since I've listened to this album, but I remember it having more energy than this. These are like some really sleepy beats, and it kind of like lulls you to sleep a bit. But and then the fact that the vocals are so soft and barely have any volume to them kind of makes it hard as well, just not to want to conk the fuck out. That one's probably gonna get like another 5 or maybe even a 4, because now I'm really starting to feel the sleepiness. But again, another one that doesn't sound horrible. In fact, I think with proper mixing and like maybe some more mastering or something like that, it could be a very viable track. It's just got a lot of issues right now. It just needs to be revamped, essentially. You know, it's like if Kanye fucking redid Gold Digger nowadays or something like that. It would sound amazing because he would have all the production he would ever want for it. And, I don't know. Bad example, because I don't know if Kanye would ever redo Gold Digger, but, I think you understand what I'm saying. Anyways, track number 4, Skin, produced by Price.
You can break my skin, you can hate me again, you can hate my friends. What? But that won't change a thing, cause you're still the same person when you meet ends. Scars like war, bitch I want more. Open up the door, see my body on the floor. Bloodied up horse, bloodied up boy. Open up my chest, play my heart like a toy. But that won't change a thing, cause you're still the same person when you meet ends. What? You could break my skin, you could hate me again, you could hate my
Okay, so another short one. There's a lot of short tracks on this this project. I mean, even the next one, Toxic, is only going to be like 1 minute and 15 seconds. These are like quick little soft bursts, and that one, Skin, was definitely interesting. I know he said that it wasn't about a breakup, just being toyed with at the time. So I still feel like this project has something to do with losing a significant other. Regardless of whether or not like they actually dated or not, or regardless of the relationship, it sounds like there were feelings for another person. And they kind of left Kash burnt in a sense, especially in this one, Skins, when he says something about along the lines of "you can hate my friends." It really sounds like one of those classic lovers quarrels where your girlfriend hates you hanging out with the boys because all you guys do is drink and have parties and stuff. I don't know. But that's just kind of what that reminded me of. And then, like, even Waiting kind of had those vibes, too. It was like Waiting kind of had this feeling to it where you were just kind of like waiting at a bus stop or just waiting somewhere for something because, the last something left you so fucking broken. So, like, I am kind of getting this vibe of lost love. It's just... for all I know, it might not be for like a romantic partner or something like that. It could be a past friend or like a best friend that cut them off because they didn't like the new click or something. I don't really know myself. This is a little, it's a little too personal for me to say, but it definitely seems like Kash has some sort of problems with a relationship, if not multiple relationships in his life. And this album seems to be a reflection of those feelings. A lot of these tracks so far have just kind of been mid. I don't want to like rate them too high or too low because like there's a clear amount of effort that's gone into these. It's just, this seems like it was from an earlier part of someone's career where they just didn't know as much as they do now, Anyways, Toxic.
Go fuck yourself. What? Person on your timeline, I'm just gonna mind mine, bitch. You've been going downhill. What?
All through the night, I feel like I'm dying inside. I go outside and there is just skeletons feeling irrelevant, writing these sentences. They say they hate me just for the hell of it. So I go to hell with it. People don't know me, so they'd rather talk shit. No respect cause they lost it.
You're calling on my cell phone, does it say hell no, bitch? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, all these are just super short tracks. Toxic, I did like that one a bit more. It was something about the muddy vocals with that like heavy bass with it and everything too. Just I don't know. There's something that just made it like super swaggy and like hefty on the ears. that one wasn't too bad. Although, again, the mix is a bit off and it could be louder and yada, yada, yada. Same problems that the rest of these tracks have had. The next one is Witch That Lives in the Woods, produced by Lone Witch.
It's the witch that lives in the woods. Blindfolded eyes while we smoke in the woods. Said that you're ready to die, but you really are not, cause you're scared when you walk through the woods. What are you running, bitch? Just for the fun of it. I can make fun of it, kill him, I'm dumping it. Bad like I'm slumped with his stomach, I'm pumping him. Said that you one of us, I know you one of them.
Silver my chain, silver my bullets, sever my arm so I never could pull it. You soft like some pudding for wearing a mullet. All your friends pussies, they scared cause I'm flowing. When it all goes to shit, I'm flowing. Wonder where I've been at, I've been throwing some shit that nobody noticed. On the pinnacle of that, I own it.
God damn. Okay, so that was a mixed bag, to say the least. The distorted vocals at the very beginning of the track just sounded like absolute garbage. I mean, again, the biggest problem with this track is probably its mixing and the effects that were placed on the vocals. The verses in between don't sound too bad, and then like once the music like cuts out and it goes into that like second kind of like grungier part, I guess you could call it. The vocal effects work there, but it's like especially in that like first like 30 seconds or so of like Kash rapping, it sounds blown out. It sounds super muddy to the point where like past what Toxic was, and it just sounds bad. I did like the heavier bass on this one. On this one and Toxic, they both have like this really heavy swaggy bass, and that's nice and everything too. This one just feels like they were trying to go for, or Kash was trying to go for the same thing that he had going in Toxic. It just didn't translate as well this time, and there were a couple more mistakes made. Yeah, I don't know. Did I rate Toxic already? I can't remember if I gave it a rating. Fucking 6. The Witch That Lives in the Woods, I'm probably gonna give that one a 4. That one was that first set of bars, man. It sounds so bad. It feels grating to listen to. I don't know. I maybe I'm focusing on that a bit too harshly right now, but yeah, no, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one is Schizophrenia, which is, if I remember correctly, that was one of the ones I liked. Okay, so Schizophrenia.
Mystery.
Seriously, stop me. Nope, shut up, sir. Hey, fuck up, you. I talk on crazy shit. I really don't care if you carrying clips. Crackers be talking, get eating like Ritz. I run in your house and I take all your shit. I hype on the snap and I shit on your bitch. If I cop a zip, then you know I'm a flip. But please don't ask me how I got all this shit. I rob on your clip, you gon' die, little bitch. You gon' die, little bitch. Get that addy, eat my breakfast. Fucking on your sister, huh? I'm restless. Hit it from the back, then I pull up on the necklace. Gon' pop his in, cause it cut you like lettuce. Hold on, Molly, in math class. You write numbers, I eat ass. Hold on, my life you cannot grasp. Living at 100, nigga, I'm gas. Nigga, I'm gas. Hey, you get that? I think I did. Punchline.
That first verse was fucking hard. I'm curious to see what it loops back around with, but like, because this is only like midway through, but that was solid. I was not expecting that. I know I liked this as one of like my favorite tracks last time, but wow, this is a refreshing part of the album.
The fuck up, mic on, bro. Nah, mic off. Shut the fuck up. What? Skeleton, the closet, watch which way you walking. When you see me, bitch, it should be alarming. All black on, I'll be up to something. If you wanna see it, then I hope you coming.
Blood on my body, let it decay. Voices in my brain, let it stay in the shape. I take the body and dig it and close on my enemies' pay, cause I do it so great. Whatever we say, yeah, that's a fact. Don't come to school, we dropping the mags. You don't suspect that we in your class. Quiet kid shit, we would hop on your ass, bitch.
Mystery.
Now that was pretty fucking solid, if I do say so myself. Again, the mixing's a little off, but that is definitely, so far, I mean, we've only got like 2 tracks left, so like there's a good chance it won't top it. But so far, that is the best track on the album, and even the numbers reflect it. That's got 238 plays, while the others are, you know, trying their hardest to break 100. Really good one. I really enjoyed that one a lot. It's got like this really kind of like punchy feel, makes you want to bop your head, you know, throw yourself into a mosh pit or something. It's just really fucking good. And then that first verse was extremely lyrical. I loved the lyrics to that first verse. But moving on, 8th track, THC V1, produced by Gasha.
You won't even see a thing, you won't even hear a beat. Got the blade on me, switching up in my jeans. You don't wanna mess with me, mess around and you'll see white trash in the street. You could catch me with the catch me on a beat, yeah, with that heat, yeah. Anybody wanna challenge me, get beat, flowing like the sea, yeah. Drugs just come to me, yeah. If you got a problem with me, catch me with the reap, Ride dirty, yup, never clean, nope. Got 100 worth of THC, yup.
So, I mean, nothing wrong with that one. It definitely seems like, and I wonder if the interlude that's been removed at this point did split up the album to kind of signify this more. Yeah, no, since like Toxic or Skin, though, like the vibe of this album has kind of like shifted to like this more like trap oriented, kind of like harder hitting, kind of harder lifestyle type of thing. It's straying away from the softer, more feeling oriented stuff that like Waiting or Stay Away had going for it. So it's interesting that I complained a lot about the bass in my initial review, because to me it feels like this album is a bit more nuanced than that. It's not just this, you know, trap star heavy bass rapping about girls that broke up with me, whatever the hell. I think it's a bit more nuanced than that. Especially these later tracks, they are kind of like these flexing tracks, but I think they're put in here as a means of kind of saying like, hey, look at me, I'm doing better now, or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, no, THC V1, that one was it was okay. I don't really have a problem with that. I feel like it's got a lot to live up to coming after the Schizophrenia track. So, I mean, I don't want to judge it too harshly, but I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did like Schizophrenia or Witch That Lives in the Woods. So, I don't know, maybe like another 5 for that. There's a lot of 5s. I'm feeling like this is another album where my ultimate rating won't really change all that much. I think I did give this a pretty accurate review when I came out with it initially, which can't be said for everything. So, you know, congrats on that, Kash. You got a accurate opinion from me right out the gates. Anyways, let's move on to the final track, Alone in My Thoughts. And this is another one of the ones that I added to my disliked list. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm alone in my thoughts. I'm alone in my thoughts. I'm alone in my thoughts. I ain't finna
up all night and have a great time. It was the time of our lives.
I don't know what the hell that was. Christ. That was a weird one. The mixing was bad. The vocals were weird. It sounded like it was out of key too. Like nothing was actually keyed properly. That was a messy one. I see why I didn't like that now. That is First and Last Place by STG Kash. At the time was just known as Kash. He's changed his name since then. But it was a compilation of 2020 sounds. Okay, interesting. So this has been, this was in the works for at least a year, I'd say, if that's the case. This is probably literally all the stuff that he made during the pandemic and during COVID and stuff. So that's kind of neat. Shout out to the producers and L0rd B00my MVP status. So I don't think he did what I did back in the day, and I don't think he stole these from YouTube or anything, these beats. I think he knows these producers, which is actually really fucking cool. That's really neat that you have people backing you like this. So, since this, Kash has come out with a lot of projects. He's come out with singles. He's come out with, actual like full releases and stuff. And I am not super up to date on it. The last one I did was Addict, so I am a little behind. Yeah, some of his recent projects I have not listened to yet, so I'm gonna have to do that at some point. But that was STG Kash's First and Last Place. I'll be uploading a review to Album of the Year shortly after I get done recording this video and everything. I don't think I even ever added the First and Last Place to Album of the Year. I think I skipped over that one by accident when I was transferring everything from Facebook to this site. But yeah, no, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe to me. All of that stuff helps. If you want to support me directly, I've got links down there. Not just support me, but also support Kash. I've got links down there for all my stuff, including merch and where you can find me on Album of the Year, my link pop, all that. And I'm going to have links for Kash's stuff too. His SoundCloud, his Spotify, any kind of merch that he's selling. I want to say STG has some merch out right now, but I might be wrong. I might have just seen a different Instagram post that I'm thinking of for another band or something. But yeah, no, I'll make sure all his links are down there and you guys can click on those and stream his music and all that. I do highly recommend Addict because Addict is very similar to this album. It's just it's just revamped in a sense. It sounds better. It's got a better mix. There was way more care put into it. It's just a better album. Don't worry about the 63 rating. I'm critical. I'm a critic. That's what I do. But you might like it. You might like it. So go listen to it. Anyways, that has been me, L0rd B00my. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys during the next review.